Okay, children, so in previous lecture we had done till this question where we have to convert this into polar form. Okay, so now let us see the next topic. So before moving to the next question, you should note these things. Okay, that suppose I have a circle. Okay, suppose I have a circle whose center is h comma k. Okay, suppose I have a circle whose center is h comma k and radius is a unit, so if the center of a circle is h comma k and its radius is a unit, then the equation of that circle is given as x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to a square. Okay, where a is the radius and h comma k is the center. Okay, and general equation of a straight line, this you all had done in class 10. Okay, and it is given by ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Okay, now let us see question number 18. It says find the locus of a complex number z is equal to x plus iy satisfying this first and this second. Okay, so two questions are there, and in each question z means x plus iy. Okay, so locus means the region, okay, which will satisfy this expression. Okay, now let us start with question number 1. Okay, so in fact in this question they are trying to find out what are those points, okay, in complex plane, what are those points in complex plane which will satisfy this equation. Okay, so let us see. So given z is equal to x plus iy, okay, and this is the expression for which we have to find the region, okay, in which those points will satisfy. So mod z plus I upon z minus I is equal to 1 by root 2. So replace z by x plus iy. Okay, so it's replaced. In next step, what you do, you write the imaginary part together and the real part together. So here x plus 1 plus y I, and denominator you get x plus y minus I. So here you saw that modulus was for the whole. Okay, but we have this property that modulus of z upon z2 is nothing but modulus of z1 upon modulus of z2. So that's why we can write modulus of x plus 1 plus y I upon modulus of x plus y minus 1i, okay, equal to 1 by root 2. You know how to find the modulus. So here this is like your a part, this is your b. So x square plus 1 plus y whole square and upon square root of x square plus y minus 1 whole square, okay, is equal to 1 by root 2. Now what we'll do, we will, this root means it's root for whole, we can write like that, so it's written. Then we are taking a square, okay, squaring both the sides. So root is removed over here, root is removed over here. Okay, so after that cross multiplication, so we get 2x square plus 2y square plus 4y plus 2 is equal to x square plus y square minus 2y plus 1. Now simplify it. You get x square plus y square plus 6y plus 1 equal to 0. Okay, now what we'll do is we will try to complete the square for this y portion. Okay, so this x square plus y square, this 6y can be written 2 into 3y plus 1. Okay, in next step, x square plus y square plus 2 into 3 into y plus 9 minus 9. Why I have done plus 9 and minus 9? Because here it is 3. Okay, and I'm trying to complete the square for this y. Okay, so what it is plus 2 into 3y, so 3, that's why square of this 3, 9. Okay, since I'm adding extra over here, so I'm subtracting the same amount. Okay, same number, so plus 9 minus 9. So x square plus, if you see for this much only, y square plus 2 into 3 into y plus 9, this can be written as y plus 3 whole square. Okay, and minus 9 plus 1 becomes minus 8, and that 8 comes on the right, you get plus 8. Okay, next step, I can write this x square as x minus 0 whole square plus this y plus 3 can be written as y minus minus 3 whole square. Here I'm writing in terms of minus because I want to use this x minus h whole square plus y minus h whole square equal to a square. Okay, so when we are writing equation of circle, in that case minus has to be there. Okay, that's why. So I'm trying to make that minus over here. So I got y minus minus 3 whole square, and this 8 can be written as 2 into root 2 whole square. Okay, because for the radius we write this a square. Okay, so now if you see, this is nothing but a equation of a circle. Okay, whose center is 0 comma minus 3 and whose radius is 2 into root 2. Okay, so clearly the equation star represents a circle of radius 2 root 2 whose center is 0 comma minus 3. Okay, so okay, so at the end what we got a circle. Okay, so that means here equal to sign is there. Okay, equal to sign is there. So whatever points, okay, all those points on this circle, okay, all those points on the circumference of this circle, okay, of this circle will satisfy this expression. Okay, so from here we conclude that, okay, that all the points on the circumference of this circle will satisfy this expression, this equation. Understood? So this is how we do this type of questions. Now number 2 is left as homework for you. You have to do same as 1. Okay, at the end you must get this. Okay, so when you solve you will get this. Okay, that means for this, okay, for this equation, all those points lying on the circumference of a circle whose center is 0 comma minus 6 and radius is 4 root 2, okay, will satisfy this. Okay, so all points on circumference of this circle will satisfy this equation. Okay, now let's see question number 19. 19.1. Find the locus of a complex number z is equal to x plus iy satisfying the relation argument of z minus alpha equal to pi by 4 where alpha belongs to real number. Illustrate the locus of z in the Argand plane, means complex plane. Here z is given as x plus iy. Okay, and they want us to find, tell us which are those z or those complex number which will satisfy this expression. Okay, so let us start with this. So here we have got z minus alpha. Okay, so what we'll do is, before coming to this, let us find what is z minus alpha. So z minus alpha will be x plus iy minus alpha. Put all the real parts together. Okay, alpha is a real part because in question only is given. Okay, so x minus alpha plus iy. So z minus alpha is nothing but x minus alpha plus iy. Okay, it's a complex number. So now argument of z minus alpha is equal to pi by 4. This is given to us. Okay, now in next step, z minus alpha, we know that it is x minus alpha plus iy, so replace it. Okay, next what we can do is tan inverse y upon x minus alpha. Okay, because argument x minus alpha plus iy, so you know that argument of a plus ib will be tan inverse b by a, so that's why tan inverse y upon x minus alpha is equal to pi by 4. Next, this tan will go that side on the right. Okay, so when you go, this minus to the inverse will be removed. Okay, so we get y upon x minus alpha equal to tan pi by 4. Okay, the reason is this: tan inverse x equal to theta. Okay, if we have tan inverse x equal to theta, then tan theta is equal to x. That's why tan inverse y upon x minus alpha is equal to pi by 4. Then y by x minus alpha is tan pi by 4, but tan pi by 4 means tan 45. Tan 45 means 1, so we get y upon x minus alpha equal to 1, okay, which implies y equal to x minus alpha. So if you remember the equation of straight line, okay, this is the y-intercept form, okay, it is y equal to mx plus c, okay, so this is nothing but a straight line, this is nothing but a straight line, okay. So all the points lying on this straight line, okay, will satisfy this, okay, okay. So equation 1 represents a straight line which intersects the x-axis at alpha comma 0. Now how you know that where does it intersect at x-axis? So for that, take your y equal to 0, okay, then you'll get x equal to alpha. So it intersects x-axis at alpha comma 0 and it is inclined at the angle pi by 4, okay. So how you know that it is inclined to the angle pi by 4? So here y equal to x minus alpha, it is in the form y equal to mx plus c. So m is what? Slope. So here in place of m what we have? 1, okay, that means slope is 1, okay. And how do we give the slope? How do we find the slope? By tan theta, okay. If you remember, then in class 10 we used to do tan theta is equal to slope, okay. So here tan theta is equal to 1, okay. So for which theta tan gives you 1? 45. Yes, 45 means pi by 4, okay. That's why it's written that this line is inclined to the angle pi by 4 to the OX, means x-axis, okay. So if you plot this line, okay, so this is how it look, okay. So this is the all the points on this line will satisfy this, okay, okay. Now next, okay, question number 19 2. I have left it for you, you may try this. If z is equal to x plus iy, okay, and this is equal to 1, okay, then you have to show this. So what you have to do, you have to take this part, okay, wherever you see z you have to replace by x plus iy, okay, you have to simplify it and at the end you must get this, okay. So it's quite simple. Now question number 3, find the locus of a complex number z is equal to x plus iy satisfying the relation this, okay. So one relation is given to us. Now we are looking for all those complex numbers, okay, in that complex plane which will satisfy this equation, okay. So here given z is equal to x plus iy, now we take this relation, wherever is z we will replace it, okay. So taken, replaced, okay, here is modulus sign is there, okay. Now we'll simplify, we will collect all the real part one side, okay. So that means we are trying to write in a plus ib form, okay. So that is done. Now modulus will be found, okay. So you know how to find the modulus. Modulus is found both the sides. Now you can see both the side we have got a square root. So take first expand all those, okay, and then remove the square root by squaring both the sides, okay. So since we know that modulus is always positive, so when we are squaring both the side, in that case this symbol, okay, does not change, okay, this remains as it is, okay. So we get this after squaring it. Now simplify it, okay. After simplifying you get y greater than equal to 5 upon 3x plus 4 by 3, okay. So for a moment, if you consider equality over here, okay, equal to sign over here, then this is nothing but a straight line. Yes, understood? So what we'll do is we will plot, we will draw the line, okay, straight line, y equal to 5 upon 3x plus 4 by 3, okay. So firstly we'll draw y equal to 5 by 3x plus 4 by 3, that straight line. Okay, so when we'll draw, we'll get this. Okay, we'll get this straight line. Okay, this is the straight line. Okay, but here it is we have got inequality. Okay, we have got inequality, so we need to mark only those region. Okay, only those region for which x and y will satisfy this. Okay, so how to see that? So if you see, when I have drawn a straight line over here, okay, this straight line divides this xy plane into two parts. Okay, one on its right of this line. Okay, that means this side, and one on its left side. Okay, that means this line divides this xy plane into two parts. Okay, on here, let's say this is the first part. Okay, this is the second part. Okay, so what will happen, either this region, okay, either the points from this region will satisfy this, or the points from this region will satisfy this. Okay, now how to find, okay, that which region, okay, either this region or this region, okay, will satisfy this inequation. So what you do is, the best way to find, in place of here x and y, you take 0, 0. Okay, in this equation, okay, in place of x and y, you take 0, 0. Okay, and you see that after replacing x and y by 0, okay, whether this equation remains true or not, So if I replace x by 0 and y by 0, then what I'll get, on left I'll get 0, okay, and on right I will get 4 by 3. But in that way this equation is not true, because once I replace x and y by 0, I am getting 0 is greater than equal to 4 by 3, and that is not true. Okay, that is not true. So that 0, 0 I had taken from this part, okay, from the right hand side of this line. Okay, so, and that did not satisfy this inequation. Okay, that means all those points lying on the right of this line, will not satisfy this inequation. Okay, only those points which are on the other side, on the left hand side of this line, will satisfy this inequation. That's why this arrow is indicating that side. Okay, that means all those points, okay, on this region, and plus all those points on this straight line will satisfy this. Why I'm considering all those points on this line also? Because here equality is there. Okay, equal to sign is there. Okay, that means all the points on this line as well as all the points lying on the left of this line will satisfy this. Okay, why not on the right hand side? Because we showed that I took one point from the right and I saw that in that case inequality is not holding. Okay, that means all those points on the right of this will not satisfy this inequation. Okay, so so these regions, okay, plus the points on this line will satisfy the this equation. Okay, therefore this relation will be satisfied by all those points lying on the line and on the left and the lying on the left of this line. Okay, so hence in equation 1 represents the set of points in Argand plane which lie on the non-origin side. Why non-origin side? So non-origin side is that, okay, because this is the region which does not contain the origin. That's why it's saying non-origin side, okay, of the line AB. This region is the locus of z is equal to x plus iy, satisfying the relation. Okay, so now we come to this question. Illustrate in the complex plane the set of points z satisfying this. Okay, so here we have got a relation. This is the relation. Okay, now we are looking for all those points, okay, in the complex plane. Okay, we are looking for x comma y type points, okay, which will satisfy this relation. So let x equal to z is equal to x plus iy. Okay, then take this relation, okay, simplify it, put in place of z x plus iy. Okay, then put the real parts together, the imaginary part together, then modulus you have to find, then take the squares. Okay, again you know modulus is positive, so when you are squaring, in that case this remains intact. Okay, is not going to change its direction. Okay, so we get this. Now what you see that here, you see that x minus 2 whole square plus y plus 1 whole square is equal less than equal to 4. In next step I can write x minus 2 whole square plus y minus whole square. Why? Because I can see that this is nothing but the equation of a circle. Okay, and x minus 2 whole square plus y minus whole square less than equal to 2 square. Okay, so if you consider the circle part, okay, circle part over here, then the circle part is x minus 2 whole square plus y minus whole square is equal to 2 square. Okay, that means here this is a circle whose center is 2 comma minus 1 and radius is 2. Is a circle with center 2 comma minus 1 and radius equal to 2. Okay, so draw that circle. Okay, so here equal to sign is there. In this inequality you can see that equal to sign is there. That means all the points on the circumference will satisfy the relation, plus here also is given less than. That means all the points within the circle will also satisfy the relation. Okay, so all the points on the circumference and the points within the circle will satisfy the above relation. Okay, so in equation 1 represents the set of points lying inside and on the circle, this. Okay, and those points will satisfy the given relation. Okay, now this is the last question for the day and the last question for the chapter. Okay, so given z1 is equal to 1 plus 2i, determine the region in the complex plane represented by this. Represent it with the help of an Argand diagram. So here again we have got the similar type of question. We have got a relation. Okay, in equation. Here what we have to do, we have to find those points, okay, which will satisfy this inequation. Okay, so here they have given z minus z1, okay, modulus. So for z1 they have given the value, okay, and for the z we will take x plus iy. Okay, so let us see the solution. Let z is equal to x plus iy. Okay, then replace z by this and z1 by 1 plus 2i. Okay, so all done. Okay, we will, what we'll do, we'll put the real part together, imaginary part together. So we got this. Then we know how to find the modulus. Okay, so find the modulus. Okay, so real part whole square, okay, plus the imaginary part whole square under the root. Okay, and now what we'll do, we'll take the square, okay, square of each term. So we will get 1 less than this less than equal to 9. Again these symbols are not changing its direction because this is positive. Okay, this is also positive 3, this is also positive, so that's why it's remain same. Now in class 10 we used to solve this type of inequation. We used to take this first part, okay, then this to take the second part. So here we get 1 less than, okay, 1 less than x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square, and second part x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square less than equal to 3 square. So if you see the this can be written as 1 square less than x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square. Okay, and you can just rewrite it in this way. Okay, so clearly if you see that, okay, then from this inequation, okay, from this inequation you can get the circle part. Okay, so this is the circle part, x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square equal to 1 square. Okay, and from here you can see the circle is this. Okay, clearly that x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square equal to 3 square is nothing but a circle. Okay, so this circle is the circle whose radius is 1 and the center is 1 minus 2, and this circle is the circle with a radius 3 and center 1 comma 2. So both have same center. Okay, that means they are concentric. Okay, and radius is different, one is of radius 1, other is of 3. Okay, so what we'll do is we will draw the circles. Okay, so circles are drawn. Okay, now from in the now we have to mark the region. Okay, we have to mark the region which will satisfy this whole of this inequation. Okay, this whole of this inequation. Okay, so how to see that? So first see this one. Okay, inequation 1. Here it says that only those here that points lying on the circle, here equal to sign is not there. Yes, here equal to sign is not there. Okay, so here that means what is happening, only those points will satisfy which are outside the circle. Okay, which are outside the circle. Okay, because here greater than sign is there. Okay, and equal to sign is not there. So points lying on the circumference, okay, points lying on the circumference will not satisfy this. Okay, but the points lying outside the circumference will satisfy this. Done. That's why this dot is there. Okay, it's not a solid line. Okay, and see this, the second circle has drawn. Okay, and see for the second circle here from the inequation 2, here equal to sign is there. Okay, that means all the points on the circle, okay, all the points on the circle on the circumference will satisfy this inequation. Okay, plus all those points lying within this circle will satisfy. So that means within this circle all will satisfy. Okay, but we are looking for the common points. We are looking for the common points which will satisfy equation 1. Okay, in equation 1 and in equation 2. So those points will lie between, okay, between these two circles. Okay, between these two circles. Okay, so the shaded region. Okay, so the shaded area is the required region including the circumference of the bigger circle and excluding the circumference of the smaller circle. Okay, so this relation is satisfied by the points lying in the shaded region. Okay, so I can understand that these locus questions are not that easy. Okay, especially when you have to point out like which points are going to satisfy it. Okay, but try to understand it. Okay, read it by yourself, maybe that can help you. Okay, and for if you have any doubt, then you can ask me on the WhatsApp. Okay, so this is all for today and this is all for this chapter. Okay, so we are done with this chapter.